Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video 1 of chapter 3 of history, life in the rural areas. In this chapter, we will see the British agrarian policies and the three systems they deduced to collect land revenue. So let's start. Before the arrival of the British, the land was owned by the cultivator, or you can say the person or the farmer. He owned the land and he cultivated the land himself, and he could not be evicted. Only a small part of the total produce was to be paid to the king, and the kings at times or at severe times they reduced the land revenue, or sometimes they totally wrote it off. But with the arrival of British, the system changed, and the Britishers they devised different tactics to arrange for generating a continuous supply of money to them in the form of land revenue. For this, they introduced several systems, that is the permanent settlement, the Mahalwari system and the Rayatwari system. Since the land revenue was the main source of income for the kings and for the Britishers also, so they decided that the timely collection of land revenue is going to be a very important task for the company. And it was during the time of Warren Hastings, when he became the Governor General, the rights to collect revenue from an area were given to the highest bidders. But such system failed because sometimes the bidders they quoted price which was much higher than the total land revenue collected from the land, and the bidding amount also varied from one year to another. That resulted in an instability of land revenue generation for the Britishers. And to smoothen this, they introduced many changes. They introduced three new revenue collection systems. First one being the permanent settlement, which was introduced in 1793 by Lord Cornwallis, and it was introduced in Bengal and Bihar on a permanent basis. As the name itself suggests, permanent settlement means the land revenue was settled on permanent basis. There was no variation or change on yearly basis. The local zamindars were given the role of tax collectors, and they have to collect the tax from the peasants every year, and they have to pay a fixed amount by a specific date. If the revenue collected is more than what he has to pay, the surplus amount was kept by the local zamindars. And if the zamindar was not able to pay the specific amount by the certain date specified by the British officer, the zamindar will lose his zamindari rights, and the land will be given to another zamindar who will be the highest bidder. This system of fixing revenue was beneficial for the British as their annual revenue generation was fixed, but it brought havocs for the peasants and the farmers, as the zamindars, in order to collect surplus revenue, or in order to keep a part of the revenue after paying to the Britishers, they started extracting more money from the peasants. The peasants were forced to pay heavy taxes, and no such reforms or no such methods were introduced for betterment of agriculture, rather than implementing new ways and new tactics to increase the taxes only. The zamindars they were not interested in investing any money to improve the productivity of the land, and those who failed to pay the revenue, those peasants who failed to pay the revenue, were evicted from their land. So the peasants they suffered badly, or terribly under this system. After successful implementation of the permanent settlement in Bengal and Bihar by Lord Cornwallis, the Mahalwari system was introduced in western Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Punjab. Western Uttar Pradesh, that is present day uh, Bulandshahr, Aligarh, Etah, all such districts. This system was introduced. In these areas, the land was owned by a group of villages, and these group of villages were known as Mahal, and the land revenue was collected by the headmen of these groups of villages. That's why this system came to be known as the Mahalwari system. The headman of each mahal was to pay the tax to the Britishers, and the revenue demand was not fixed permanently, but it was to be revised periodically, that is after a specific date or time the revenue demand will be revised. In the permanent settlement and Mahalwari system, the village headmen or the zamindars, they were acting as the mediocre or the middleman for tax collecting. They were the tax collecting agents of the Britishers who were collecting the tax from the peasants and paying it to the company. Later on, the company found that these persons, they are keeping surplus amount with them, and that's why company decided to collect the tax directly from the peasants. And then came the Rayatwari system, because Rayat or the peasant was the person with whom the tax was to be collected. This system was devised by Thomas Munro, and it was introduced in parts of Madras and Bombay. Under this, a revenue settlement was made directly with the peasants, and the farmer was recognized as the owner of the land as long as he continues to pay the land revenue to the Britishers. And also, one more addition was made to this system, that the revenue demand was fixed according to the fertility of the land. If the land is more fertile, more revenue was to be paid, and if the fertility of the land is less, revenue was also decreased. The land revenue settlements, they impoverished the peasants. Now land became a saleable commodity which can be bought, sold or mortgaged, and this made a deep impact on rural life and economy. That's all we have in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.